Okay, let's start this meeting off.
We'll take it.
Maxine, we're waiting to come back. We're going to start this meeting off.
Go ahead, go.
All right, let's take attendance. Carl Placino's here. Eve is here. Nayendi's not here. Maxine is here. Ruben is here. Gino's not here. Peter Laporte, no, he's not here. Peter Laporte's not here. Pat Butler.
Yes.
Kim Powers. And Angel Booz.
Yeah,
Is that a pronounce your name right? Or is it
Yes, but
Booz?
it's spelled wrong. It's it's like
Yeah, that's Angly.
That's angle.
That's Angly, yeah. All right, you just got told. All right, let's open up this
What is it spelled?
E-L. Angel, not angle. What's your rank? That's like, what's your
Somebody just
rank?
take my pen.
I did, yeah.
Okay,
That's my special pen.
can I have a motion to open up the public portion?
I make a motion to open up.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All right, the public portion is now open. Anyone who wants to speak, please, please speak.
Jacob McGarrett, 612 Sheridan Avenue, Roselle Park. At this moment, you
Come closer, come closer.
Can't
Relax.
can't hear me?
I can't.
Come closer. Can't hear you.
Jacob McGarrett, 612 Sheridan Avenue, Roselle Park. I have nothing to say right now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening.
Anyone else?
Soul Cares in 150 Berwyn Street.
Yes.
I guess I'm asking if there will be discussions regarding the policy at the center as it relates to political positions.
There's nothing in place right now. I mean, I'll look into it and I can get, I'll ask the powers that be. Well, it's supposed to be neutral, but I'll ask the powers that be.
Did you write that on? Did you write that in? On the policy? Yeah. Huh?
Before we go any
He
further,
said yes.
Before we go any further, could I just ask a question? Is there somebody taking minutes here? Because I think our secretary is not here. I think it's Nyandy and she's not here. So just so we have something in writing.
I'm sorry, I just heard from the Mr.
Shaw?
Ruben Shaw that there is a policy.
There was something there already that I just kind of did, which I found.
There you go.
It says, no papers or something.
All right, let's take a look. Revocation of permits, borough events. Casano Center is not to be used for any political purpose at any borough events or activities. Here you go. It's the general rules and regulations right here.
Correct, it's not to be used, but I'm referring to a letter actually that was written by you
Yes.
and was obtained through an open request, where it states, it's a 4-paragraph letter, and there are parts that include Councilman Templeton, his wife, Ms. Podolsky, who's at the meeting, and the paragraph that I would like to read out and discuss is, it says, I would like to propose that we adopt a policy for the center that I will bring it to the members of the Casano Center Committee, that anyone seeking a political position in the town, that they or their associates cannot campaign at the Casano Center and use these public events to their advantage. Such events as the Peruvian, Colombian, etc. are to bring community together as a whole, not for anyone to take advantage or use as an event for their personal agenda. And in referring to that before, the point of cannot use to campaign was due to the testimony of Mr. Councilman Templeton, his wife who speaks Spanish, who heard a woman, doesn't say if the woman was an associate or just a woman who happened to speak Spanish, saying that to vote for a candidate. So I'm wondering, under this guise of political speech, because you're asking for anyone or their associates. So if I come in and I say, I don't like so-and-so, I wouldn't vote for so-and-so. That'd be a violation of my free speech, number one. Number two, it would be in violation of this proposed policy. So I'm wondering if an attorney has reviewed this policy.
Not to my knowledge. All I know is that all of those things were alleged accusations, okay? And secondly, when we tried to come up with a policy so that there's no confusion of using just a borough event to do something, we said maybe we should try to institute something, because I did not know that this existed. So
Right, but that's I presume that's for if a politician wanted to use the property, which again, I still don't understand how that's allowed, for campaigning, because the municipal law and the state law clearly states that fundraising shall not be. But if a candidate wishes to borrow the center for 5 hours to sit and talk with residents, that wouldn't be allowed. So my question is, how would this, and I'll say it, Mrs. Templeton, who wore a shirt that said Roselle Park Democratic Committee President, Democratic Club President, how is that not political speech? And why wasn't that brought? Or how will that impact that kind of, because it does take advantage and use the event for a personal agenda, which is the Democratic Party. And there are pictures all over the internet that have that.
First of all, I didn't check any pictures on the internet. I wasn't aware of the fact that the shirt that she wore. All I went to was complaints made to me as the chairman from everything that was alleged. See, that's why there's 2 sides to every story. So the thing is this, that letter should be, was a suggestion, and it's being sent to the proper people for them to review. And if the attorney wants to see it and make any corrections to it prior to anything being instituted, then that's it.
Right, but it says here to propose and adopt a policy, and then Mr. Shaw's saying that that policy covers this instance. Is that what's being said? That policy that says, could you repeat it again?
The policy says the Casano Center is not used for any political purpose other than borough events or activities, or any political purpose at any borough events or activities. So I suggest that mayor and council or whoever else takes my letter, let them review it, and that's all I got to say.
Okay. Because there was Leonard Lance 3 years ago, who was clearly a politician and came for political purpose, and had a question and answer session. And I'd just like to know, how long has that policy been in place?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
I mean, you brought up a very legitimate question, because going back to the old days,
Right.
the Republican wives
Correct.
used to make food, and they used to come down here as a fundraiser. So
Right.
basically, the way we kind of like looked at it real quickly was that if the Roselle Park Republican Committee or the Roselle Park Democratic Committee wants to rent this building for the $200 rental fee for a political purpose, that's fine, because it's
Good. Right.
it's them.
Right.
But for me,
In the disguise of running an event, and
Right.
that's what we're trying to eliminate. That's what we don't want.
But
And you have the right to go around expressing your own opinion.
Correct.
But when you're going around to every individual and whispering it in their ear, that's where we feel it crossed the line.
But unfortunately, it's still political speech, because it would be the same thing as if someone came in and said, you really should go to church on Sunday, and as a matter of fact, you should go to the Church of Assumption. Then someone says, well, I feel, again, that's religious speech and political speech, and it's actual free speech. It's an individual. Now, if it was someone, so suppose someone comes in with a vote for Rich Templeton shirt, or vote for, Thos Shipley shirt, will they be kicked out of the Casano Center with this policy?
Well, actually,
Maxine, Ms. Podolsky said yes.
well,
According to that, yes.
Actually, and you're basing that on what wording? Because it's not an event. It's free speech. I can wear any shirt that doesn't fall within community standards, which means I can't have any profanity. I can't have anything graphic. But other than that, as
I
long as it's
understand where
followed.
you're going. I understand where you're going, and I can understand your concerns about free speech. The fact of the matter was, the sole intention of this particular situation was not to, when we're having just a regular event where everybody's having a good time.
Like Peruvian Day.
The Peruvian Day, the Colombian Day, the Mexican Day, whatever kind of ethnic kind of association you want to have here, we just wanted it for that particular event, and that's it.
But then, again, I guess how does an allegation be brought up against someone who brought up an allegation? Because
Understood.
Ms. Templeton made the allegation.
Then that will have to be discussed with the powers that be that are over and above us. The borough attorney will have to look at it and address it to mayor and council. And if that's the wrong type of letter format, just simply for people to have a good time and keep politics out of it while people are partying and have a good time, that's solely the thing. We're not looking to cut across anybody's political beliefs. I understand exactly where you're going with this. But if somebody wants to come in here and say, vote for Thos, vote for this, vote for that, well, you know, like when people are dancing, celebrating their day, we just felt it could have been a little bit tasteless. But you know what? Like the mayor said, if the Democratic Committee wants to borrow the place or rent the place, or any other association wants to rent it out for that sole purpose, then you know what? Then maybe that letter should be looked into a little bit better. It was only a letter so people could have a good time.
Right, but what I'm saying is the allegation is being made by a person who, according to the allegation, violated it. She wore a shirt that
I
said...
suggest you take it up with that person.
Oh, I will, but I also wanted to know, because Ms. Podolsky has also written this letter, and since she's been answering, it said, according to Maxine, no mention of Thaws singing was mentioned when the application was made, and the woman running this event is friends with Thaws and may be politically motivated. This is regarding Roselle Park Loves Art. So will Roselle Park Loves Art be scrutinized because of...
No.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor.
No.
Appreciate it.
Because they were the original four that started it.
Thank you very much. So again, if the policy is looked at, for the sake of everyone's freedom of speech, whether you like it or don't, freedom of speech doesn't protect speech that you like. It actually protects speech you don't like. And you know, if it were turned, if this letter were, let's say the tables were turned and it was 2 years ago, and someone wrote a letter and accused Ms. Templeton of the same thing, I would defend Ms. Templeton because the action is freedom of speech. I'm not directing it towards one person. It just feels bizarre that it was violated and then the person making the accusation was doing the very same thing. So just to look at it in context, and please think seriously about following this policy or trying to adopt such a policy. I thank you for your time. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I will bring it up to the people that I need to bring it up to. And like I said, it was just merely a suggestion. It was never intended to infringe on anyone's personal rights or speech.
I understand. I believe you. Absolutely.
It was simply a suggestion so everyone could have a good time when they're celebrating the day that they want to celebrate.
Right.
Plain and simple.
Right. And you know, people can always say, you know, I don't like this, you know, I'd like this person to leave, and that could happen if the person themselves feels infringed upon. But again, no one other than these three people, according to the letter, made that allegation to you. Mm-hmm. So I thank you, and I absolutely believe.
When things are sent to me,
correct.
I send it out.
I believe you are sincere in the fact that you just wanted to address an issue, and I believe that your intent was sincere. And I'm not. Please don't. I'm not questioning your intention at all. I would just like it to be seriously reviewed.
And it will be.
Thank you.
Anyone else from the public would like to speak? Now's your time, sir, if you'd like to speak.
He's home already.
No.
All right. All right. So anyone else from the public like to speak? Seeing none, I'd like to throw out a motion there to end the public portion. Do I hear a motion?
Yeah, I'll second.
Okay, then let's move on to our minutes.
Do we have minutes?
Do we have minutes from the last meeting?
From Mandy?
No, she's not here. All right, well, well, you know what, not for anything. We did extend the meetings through the summer, and I want to thank everyone for being here in the summer, because we never really had meetings in the summer, so thank you all for showing up. And unfortunately, you know, it is a party time, so.
Well, the only one I know that specifically said when we did meet before, remember, he said he would not be making the summer meeting.
Right.
So-
Well, then, you know, she's a young girl, maybe something came up and she's out, that's all. All right, so let's table the minutes, and then we'll review them when she comes to the next meeting, and we'll review the minutes of both months' minutes at that. Treasurer's report?
Same as last year?
Same as last year.
Month, yeah.
Nothing has changed.
No, Ken didn't send me anything.
Ken didn't send you anything, huh? All right, so how much is in the account? You have it with you?
Do you have the final figure?
Huh?
With the figure from last month?
I sent the month before.
Yeah.
I don't have.
All right, well, then, we'll also have to table that also
Okay.
until next month. And like I said, again, with the summer here, things,
Yeah, look and
all right.
see if you'll get me a readout for the next meeting, and then this way we can catch up.
All right, can we move on to the communications? Everyone good with that?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody have anything going on? Then, hearing none, then Ruben, we're gonna put it to you and go through the director's report.
Okay. All right,
I could try to find all of this stuff, but Pat gave me like 5 papers of each.
Oh, you mentioned about the Thursday day, Columbia Day.
I gave
All
you
right.
2 papers.
That was a great show.
Yeah, I heard it was very good.
Thursday day and Columbia Day. We had
Sorry.
almost
Sorry, I missed it.
300 people in our
300
300
people?
people.
Yes.
Well, that's great. Did you have everybody in the back? You have a
We
lot of
had
people in the
here
back?
and on the back side.
Good, good.
We had a good performance coming out. And for that was for the month of July. Month of August, yesterday we had National Night Out, which was pretty good too. Right in front of Casano Center.
Mhm.
So that's fun. We started the summer movies for the month of August. That's going to be Monday and Thursday, 6 o'clock in the evening. On Mondays and Thursdays, we'll have it until 3 o'clock. Concerts are still going pretty good. We are having Saturday's going.
So much fun. I would tell you, the Linden concerts that Ruben, if I can just add to what you're saying, he's arranged these bus trips to the Linden concerts. Oh my gosh, Eva moved on. Just so much fun for seniors, so much fun. Rocking in the aisles.
Well,
It's a great trip, and a lot of people went the last time. It's terrific. Looking forward to more of those.
Absolutely, and
Great
we'll have
job.
the Italian Day. Thank you, Pat. We'll be having Italian Day on 16th.
Yes,
That's going to be the big event as well.
mhm.
yes.
Expecting about the same or maybe more.
I told you, if you want, I can come and teach how to make ricotta.
I'm old.
Ruben, I'm gonna make you Italian cookie.
For Italian.
Italian, yeah.
You really want me to show you how to make ricotta?
Yeah.
Well, because once I show you, you're hooked. You'll never buy store-bought ricotta again.
Or at least have to have it right there.
It's not expensive either.
I didn't know that you could make that yourself.
It's a gallon of whole milk and 2 pints of sour cream and about a half a teaspoon of salt, and you got ricotta.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh my gosh.
That's it.
You can do a demonstration of that. Really?
And then, sorry, I forgot one more thing. Last month, at the end of the month, in emergency meeting, Mayor Council meeting, we gave out certificates to volunteers who
That
were
was very nice.
been volunteering for many, many years.
That was very nice. Yeah, that was a very good
There is
one.
more coming on August 20th as well. So
Excellent.
Look out
That was
for that
very
as well.
And there are 2 recipients who got certificates to Eva and Maxine,
And
who were
Maxine.
awarded certificates, and that was a very nice thing.
On 24th, we have a magic show coming up, which is in the afternoon as well. It's only for the seniors, not for the kids. Month of September, this movie in the month of August, I'm sorry, on Wednesday, the last Wednesday of the month, every month we'll be showing movies for seniors. Before that, we'll be having different kind of lunches. One's Chinese, one's Italian, one different type of.
Oh, that's very nice.
Um,
And that's the
we
last
charge
Wednesday of every
normally-
month?
Yeah,
Yes.
no, we had a really good turnout last time.
Oh, absolutely, yes. We had 31 people that was on. On 27th, we still have the Sands Casino trip. That was pretty good. We had first time 19 people, no?
Oh, that's
We
On the
went
great.
to
what?
San
On the
Casino.
bus.
I mean, not San Casino. I forgot the Point Pleasant.
Point
We had-
Pleasant.
Oh, yes, how was your
Yeah,
trip?
Was
It was
fantastic.
nice.
I heard a lot of good
It was a
things.
nice day too, it was perfect weather. Great.
On top of that, end of the month, last Thursday of the month, we'll be having the trips to San Casino. And month of September, almost there. Wedding Expo, 13th. We're gonna have car show on 19th with the rain date on 26th. And we're gonna have Pollution Slug Day on 27th.
Yeah, we do have a large population.
Of Pollution Slug, yes.
Yes,
we do.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Who's making bogeys?
I don't know, I just know ricotta.
You should go to the pierogi place on,
Absolutely,
across from
delicious pierogies could
They sell them
donate.
all over.
But they would donate.
They probably would. They sell it in the supermarkets all over, the one right across from the train station.
We try to get as much donation as we can,
I don't like them.
so we
Oh,
don't
I
want
do.
to charge anybody, we don't want to charge anybody on top of that. Try to get free stuff to people that's, better, so, borough residents doesn't get. Yeah, they already have enough to worry about taxes on September 1st and 8th, we'll be going to PNC Bank. PNC Bank Arts Center will be going on the 1st and 8th.
Frankie Avalon's gonna be there?
Yes.
What time is that?
That's at 1:30 p.m.
The afternoon.
in the afternoon.
So what time are you leaving here? for
We'll be
that
leaving,
trip?
we'll be picking up people at 10 o'clock, and then we'll get there about that. Make sure you sign up.
Because they offer seniors freebie tickets,
Okay.
I love it.
and
Am I seeing you?
you
What are you?
ask them for it, and they send you.
Yeah, they just call. That's really very nice.
Yeah.
Is he playing at night too?
Yes.
No, I have
If you-
no idea.
Well, technically, yeah, 55 and over, some places
Right?
consider senior.
Wow, I could actually go on a
Well,
bus
that's
now?
60 and over. 60 and over.
Wow.
16 or
16
over.
and over.
Six-
He just
60
turned
no,
60.
I just turned 60,
You
yeah.
could go, right?
Go on
Bill,
a bus.
you can write Carl Puccini's
Write
name.
Carl's name down on the list for the PNC for both trips.
Okay, no, I'll just joke.
That poor wife that you have her making
Rose.
ragout and raviolis, take her out
Oh,
for a
man.
date.
That's right.
Actually, my kids gave me, because my wife is gonna be 60 in October. So my kids, for my birthday, they gave me a gift. They're sending us away to Pennsylvania to a resort for the weekend. So,
So you still get her on a date.
I got
Very
great,
nice,
I got great
very
kids.
nice.
I got great kids.
Okay, Ruben, it looks like a nice calendar.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Gotta
I'm
go
sorry.
back to Ruben
No,
here.
let's go
I
back to.
don't want to lose the thought, and
No, I
I
understand.
missed the
You
thing.
don't wanna miss the train, so I think I should mention what I know.
Can you guys take a look at the rent application which we had and which, what I'm trying to implement on that to make.
Now, this is the new one, this is the old one.
Yep, the new one does says rent application on top.
And basically, the indemnity hold harmless agreement is all of this basically combined, shrunk
Yes.
it down to fit into
If
here.
you look at it on the old one, okay, that's the old one. And the new one is the other one. Did you have that copy as well? No. The new one? That's the new one right there.
No, I didn't get that.
I don't think I have
I
it.
made a copy.
It looks
There's
like,
one in
I'll
the
tell you what,
center.
but it looks like you have the rules and regulations really listed where people,
No, that's
if
not-
they don't
There's
follow
no
this,
more. No.
there's no excuse if they don't cooperate. Very good job.
Okay,
You don't have this?
No.
how many copies?
Take mine.
No, she gave me 26 copies. Yeah, here's mine, here's, read through.
All right, do you have the Omega?
I don't know. I don't need mine. Fine.
No. Give me 1 second, let me grab it, so.
No, it's fine.
You have one?
Oh, no,
You have
I
one?
don't, I'm the only one that doesn't have one. I don't.
Okay.
Oh, I see, this is.
You have that too, right? Okay, okay, now,
I get it.
the hold harmless agreement which I have added to the first page of the application, the new application. Okay, that's the entire wordings, the way it is, I believe, whatever, I mean, it was read by Mr. Huxford, as far as I know, because I did speak to him before, in the first week when I started visiting this job. So he did say he has reviewed it and it looks perfect, so it's the same wording which I put it in the application. Okay, now, if you look at the last page on the old application, which has the name and address and whatnot, in the old one,
Right.
this page here. You see that? Now, if you read that through, I mean, it's a little confusing. I just made it more simpler. And the person who's writing it has more clue about what they're writing rather than filling out half the application, because that's what normally I get. So that makes it more easier.
Yeah,
Well, you put everything on one page.
On one page, yes.
that's
Right.
good, yeah.
So they don't have to go through so many pages.
It's
just
very
for you to
clear,
fill
you
out.
can
Right,
see
right, right.
everything. Yeah, that's good.
just review that and we'll finalize it in the next
Next meeting.
month, next meeting. So
Okay.
that's to take it home with you guys. I'll give you, those who did not receive the copy, I'll give it to them. And the bottom, if you look at it, we did not had that before on any applications. On
That's
the
a
new,
very
in the new
important
application, if you look at,
The
yes, for
insurance has to be
office
in
purpose
place.
only, which mentions pretty much that keeps accountability of how much money comes in and, you know, before even we give the refund to anybody or deposit back to anybody, we have that listed that, you know, we're checking it before we give any money back. And that refers to, on the checklist, on the same package, in the new application package, there's a checklist, if you look at it on the second or third page possible, on the new application. It says
Oh, yes.
inspection checklist,
Mhm.
okay?
I'm sorry.
Um, That has all the list of places which we check to make sure that it's okay, then there's no damage. And those who's gonna be behind the counter or behind the desk will be reviewing it, inspect it, sign it off on it, and then the renter, whoever it is, they'll be verifying it that they agree to whatever it is theirs. And after that, we'll refund the money, the deposit.
This is excellent, Ruben.
Okay?
Excellent.
So that's there, and the ordinance is there as well, if they want to review what's, you know,
Yeah, I have
it's
never
the
seen
same
any
package, it's the
of
same
this, so
ordinance,
this
you
is
know,
great.
that's just, that comes from, Doreen, so,
Very good.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
This, home harmless agreement, anybody who rents this facility must have one
yes,
for $1 million?
they have, yes,
So if there is a couple who wants to come here and have a wedding reception and they only have 20 people, they have to have this.
yes,
How much money does that cost them
approximately $100, around $100
for a hold harmless agreement? It's about $100.
for liability insurance, yes.
So think of it this
They
way.
need to have insurance regardless.
You're renting a place out for 4 to 5 hours, it's costing you $250, plus $100 in insurance, that's $350, plus $50 up front, which you'll get back if you keep the place neat. Where you gonna get a place for that much
Oh,
money?
you'll never.
It's really
never-
true.
Yeah, it's definitely, you know, very reasonable. I was just thinking, you know, like, I didn't know how much something like this would cost for them to get.
So if you have any suggestions or anything, just, you know,
And the insurance is provided to the center, or they have to do that independently?
they have to do that independently.
Do you refer a particular place?
Yes, I mean, I have the tag which mentions RV.
You would have to kind of steer them where to go, because
Correct.
normally somebody comes in.
They would have no
Yes.
idea, right?
Yes.
So there's a particular company you work with?
We don't work with it, we just recommend this
Just recommend a
because
particular company?
they have the record of what we need and whatnot, so it makes their life easier. And we know that they're gonna do the right thing.
It's probably a quick turnaround too.
Okay.
Do you know who that is, Rita?
I don't have the name on my head yet,
That's
but
fine.
I can give it to you later on.
No, I was just.
And just to verify, I'm sorry, you said that the deposit is refunded after everything is checked out to be okay?
Got it.
Okay, and that will go through them as well, the place that was recommended, they would be giving back the
No,
deposit?
the insurance, once they pay it, so it's paid.
Oh, that's
There's
it.
no refund.
Okay,
Insurance is not refunded.
Deposit is part of the-
Deposit is the only thing which
Oh,
they get
okay.
back, $50.
a part of the 250,
No, $250 plus $50 deposit.
the 50 is the deposit,
Correct.
right?
And if you leave the place sloppy,
Then you don't
you
get
lose the
nothing back.
$50 and then,
Okay. Clean it up too, leave it as
Mhm.
we received it.
And that's nice.
right.
Sorry, I misspelled your name.
It's okay.
You say in this one it's correct.
All right. I'm trying to find my agenda sheet because she gave me. Yeah, no. All right, yes, all right, that's it for the director's report. Can we move on to the activities calendar, which you basically kind of covered in your director's report?
Yes.
Yeah, but you gotta tweak it a little bit.
You do it too much.
We'll talk on September.
Slow it back, cut it back.
You can't, because next week you gotta give this out to the ladies.
No, we'll sit down tomorrow.
All right.
We'll sit down tomorrow.
All right, so you'll, what needs to be tweaked?
No, I forgot something. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, okay, no, okay, go back ahead.
Okay, we are having on August 22nd, citizenship information session. So those who are looking at guidance, how to get a citizenship for this country, then they can get all the information. We can have the session from 3 o'clock to 4 p.m. It's gonna be in English and in Spanish. So who wants to come? August 22nd.
All right.
So that's.
Okay, let's, so we're good with the activities calendar then?
Actually, I have one question. Ruth, are you gonna be adding that, that last Wednesday thing onto the calendar, or is that something that's not gonna be on the calendar at all?
What is?
You talked about the last Wednesday being the luncheon will be for the seniors?
It's gonna be there.
Oh, it's the third
The
Wednesday?
third one,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, got it.
On the 23rd. It's movie and usually pizza.
By the way, if I can just say, this is a very attractive calendar. These are the last 2 months, you just like go to that, all the, the icons, it's just very clear and very easy to read.
Can I ask a question? How many calendars go out? How many calendars are made?
For month of September and August?
No, I'm just saying, she's saying about the calendar. How many of those are made?
At a time, I make 50 and give out here, and we drop it at the library, at the Borough Hall, and on the library and that and museum.
And I take some.
All right.
They're beautiful, really good job.
Okay. Is everyone done with the activities calendar, with all your questions? And let's move on to old business. Understood. All right, let's move on to new business. Anybody have anything new?
In case anybody's wondering on the thing, my address is 125 Camden.
125
124 what?
Camden, C-A-M-D-E-N Street. 125.
Yeah, but now we have to bring up that thing that you and I talked about as far as. All right, let's,
Oh, I'm sorry, Ruben.
Yes.
Mine is 31B, not 315. It's
Well, you-
31B is in boy.
Sorry.
Anybody else have any questions?
actually, you should take that off. Use the sound or TV.
That's a good thing.
Let's see, 31 Camden Street.
125
That's between you and me.
Camden, yeah, C-A-M-D-E-N.
Okay, that's it for, Ruben and I were discussing something, and I guess this can go into new business. So we were searching and, really don't have much on bylaws. We have the association bylaws, and we've looked and we hunted, we couldn't find anything for the committee bylaws.
I gave you the committee bylaws.
No, you gave us the
No,
association.
I gave him the committee bylaws.
All right, do you have another copy?
Probably have it home.
Whatever you give me, I
All right, we'll look for it later, because we were gonna draw up, to review them, and this,
I understand that, but when the association bylaws were given out,
Right, that was his,
I told him, that's the association, the committee has its own bylaws.
all right, because when we were discussing it, we said that the association and the committee are two separate entities, because you run it during the day, and this is an advisory group.
Exactly.
So, we searched, we were gonna ask Karen, but I can't, couldn't get in touch with her, and we checked at City Hall. We just wanted to have something on the record, so that there's some kind of laws that, if not, we would draft up
That's all I
something.
found. Whatever you give me, I put it in the
We're
same
gonna
one,
sign a
so.
committee to do that. I'll do it, Jim.
This is the association.
That's all the paper's yellow.
That's
No,
what
I
I had.
gave it to you, and you had it put somewhere totally separate, and then you found it.
All
right, then you know what,
Again,
you know what?
I will
Then
look.
how about we propose this? Ruben's gonna look for the bylaws. In case, and we'll bring it up at the next meeting. If we can't find the established bylaws, let's put together a committee to establish bylaws and from that point move forward. Would anyone like to assist in doing that if that happens?
I will bring you the bylaws.
Yeah, I understand that, but that's not what I asked. I asked if they're unobtainable and we need some, and we have to draw some up.
I'll be on it.
You'll be on it?
I would also.
All right, and I'll be on it too, because listen, all we want to do is make the place run smooth. That's what everything over here is all about, it's just to run smooth, like a shaken out sheet, just start, and let's just move forward.
And
That's what
even if
we're
you
about.
have an old copy,
Which would be
chances
great.
are, it probably was very old, it probably will need some type of revision anyway. So it's probably something that we do as a natural course anyway.
Well, listen, if they can do the master plan every 6 to 10 years, we can sure do our bylaws in the same amount of time, right? So, all right, relax. Don't worry about it. We'll work it out, we'll get it, and then we'll move forward. If there's things in there that have to be tweaked, we'll tweak it to bring it more up to date, and then we'll keep them on. And then it's just done. It's just done.
Whatever I forward to doing.
All right.
As a November as well.
All right. So now that we've established that, we can move on to the members' reports. Angel, do you have anything you would like to report?
Well, not really report, but ask.
All right.
Is there a way for people interested in joining the Casano Center to enroll online versus coming in and doing the membership?
That would be something that they would have to set. That they would have to set at the office to give access to it. That would have to actually go on our website. We could recommend it, a suggestion. Maybe we'd have to talk to Doreen to see if there's a form that the Casano has sent to House, if she could scan it and put it on the documents and say enrollment form for the Casano Center. Maybe something like that could be done. But can you bring that up to Doreen for an enrollment form for the Casano Center as the
Only because I figure some seniors may, not have as much accessibility as others in getting here, but maybe they're interested in an event and they want to come to a particular event, but they don't want to come and do the sign and everything, so maybe they can do it at home. Or
and
something out, and then
somebody
show
at
up
home
to
can
the
help them.
particular
Somebody at
things
home
if
can
they're
help them.
interested. Exactly.
Right.
Can I add to that? Yes, there is an application which they can download.
Oh, they can download and print
Yes,
it.
I do have
all
the
right.
application online. But however, they cannot fill it out and send it to us. What they
They
have
have
to
to
do is
physically
they
bring it
have,
in.
no, they don't have to physically bring it in. They can print it out, fill it out, and bring it in.
Oh, okay, great.
So,
All right.
yes, there is a application online. For the membership.
And then, excuse me, what do? You mail them their membership card?
Yes. We do that.
Yeah, but most of them aren't computer savvy. They
Yeah,
don't
that's
know
right.
what to do.
Well, I think most family members, for instance, I know that my son's grandmother, she sits at home a lot. And she's not necessarily going to be savvy enough to do that on her own, but I would help her. And then she might be interested in showing up for an event, but at least she'll have her membership and everything, ready to do that.
There is a,
They still don't come in unless you.
Physically.
If they come on, Grandma, we're going. No, I'm serious. They won't come.
Well, that was a very good suggestion.
and the rent application is also online, just for information.
Okay.
Does anybody else have anything? Any members' reports? Anybody have anything to say? Well, again, I would just like to say something that, you know what, listen. Oh, she was trying to. No, finish. I'm sorry. I'm rude. I didn't mean.
We've got more and more people coming in. We've got more people coming into the nutrition program. We've got more showing up in books than we ever had before. So it's picking up.
Well, good. And you know what? I was just basically going to piggyback on what you just said, because you know what? I see the way Ruben's trying to organize everything. He's in it. He rolled up his sleeves. He jumped right into it, and I think he's just doing a great job. And that's it. I mean, listen. I've been here a couple times cooking and stuff like that, and he runs around like a chicken without a head. He does a great job. So, all right. Anybody else with the With the members reports. Why do you have to get together? All right, the next meeting date will be September, I don't know, because it's the first Wednesday. I don't have the calendar. No, I didn't look. It's September 2nd. September 2nd.
So that's there.
Yeah, and,
Labor Day's late.
yeah. And with that, is everyone done with their members' reports? I have nothing. Then, can I hear a motion to adjourn?
I second.
All right, we're done.